Welcome back to our channel. Today, we're diving deep into one of the most profound passages in the Bible, Proverbs 2. In this chapter, King Solomon teaches us about the rewards of seeking wisdom. As you listen, think about how these words can help you navigate life's challenges, choices, and opportunities. By the end, you'll have a richer understanding of how wisdom leads to a life of purpose, protection, and peace. Proverbs 2. 1 My son, if you accept my words and store up my commands within you. 2 Turning your ear to wisdom and applying your heart to understanding. 3 Indeed, if you call out for insight and cry aloud for understanding. 4 And if you look for it as for silver and search for it as for hidden treasure. 5 Then you will understand the fear of the Lord and find the knowledge of God. 6 For the Lord gives wisdom. From his mouth come knowledge and understanding. 7 He holds success in store for the upright. He is a shield to those whose walk is blameless. 8 For he guards the course of the just, and protects the way of his faithful ones. 9 Then you will understand what is right and just and fair, every good path. 10 For wisdom will enter your heart, and knowledge will be pleasant to your soul. 11 Discretion will protect you, and understanding will guard you. 12 Wisdom will save you from the ways of wicked men, from men whose words are perverse. 13 Who have left the straight paths to walk in dark ways. 14 Who delight in doing wrong and rejoice in the perverseness of evil. 15 Whose paths are crooked and who are devious in their ways. 16 Wisdom will save you also from the adulterous woman, from the wayward woman with her seductive words. 17 Who has left the partner of her youth and ignored the covenant she made before God. 18 Surely her house leads down to death, and her paths to the spirits of the dead. 19 None who go to her return or attain the paths of life. 20 Thus you will walk in the ways of the good, and keep to the paths of the righteous. 21 For the upright will live in the land, and the blameless will remain in it. 22 But the wicked will be cut off from the land, and the unfaithful will be torn from it. Now, let's break down Solomon's words and apply them to our modern lives. He begins by speaking directly to his son, urging him to receive and treasure these wise teaching. It's as if Solomon is passing down a treasure that he himself discovered, wisdom. He tells us that, like precious metals or hidden treasures, wisdom must be actively sought and deeply valued. Imagine seeking wisdom with the same intensity and effort you would put into finding gold or a priceless gem. In verses 3 and 4, he emphasizes that acquiring wisdom requires intention, patience, and even persistence. It's not enough to casually seek understanding. We're called to passionately cry out for insight. When was the last time you truly, fervently sought wisdom? This kind of pursuit demands effort, but Solomon assures us of its reward. Verse 5 holds a powerful promise asterisk. If we truly seek wisdom, we will come to understand the fear of the Lord and find the knowledge of God. This isn't a fear of terror, but a reverent respect and awe, a sense of aligning ourselves with God's perspective. The true treasure here is not mere knowledge, but a relationship, an intimate connection with the divine that grants us the insight we need for life. Verse 6 brings comfort and assurance, reminding us that God is the source of wisdom. It's easy to forget in today's information age, where answers are just a click away, that true wisdom, wisdom that can shape and direct our lives, comes from God alone. And it's through his words and commands that we gain knowledge and understanding. Solomon tells us that God is both the source of wisdom and our protector as we walk in this path. Then, Solomon promises something more in verse 7 asterisk. He holds success in store for the upright. But what is success here? Not just material wealth or worldly achievements, but a life that aligns with God's plan. Solomon says God is a shield to those who walk blamelessly. Imagine that. The Creator of the universe as your personal shield, guiding and protecting you through life's dangers and challenges. Verses 10 and 11 show us the deep, personal effects of wisdom. When we receive it, it enters our hearts, becoming part of who we are. Knowledge and understanding aren't burdensome rules, but pleasant to our soul, like a refreshing balm. Wisdom doesn't just guide us, it transforms us from the inside out. In the following verses, Solomon issues a warning about the dangers of ignoring wisdom. He describes the path of the wicked, the deceptive voices, the seductive allure of paths that lead to darkness. He cautions us about individuals who have chosen to walk in crooked paths, rejoicing in perversion and wrongdoings. In a world that celebrates instant gratification and glorifies questionable choices, these verses remind us of the hidden traps that lie in the path of the foolish. In verse 16, Solomon introduces another warning asterisk wisdom will save us from the adulterous woman. This figure can be understood literally, but she also represents any seductive force that pulls us away from our values and commitments. Whether it's a harmful relationship, a destructive habit, or any temptation, Solomon tells us that wisdom can shield us from these traps. Verses 20 through 22 conclude with a promise. Solomon tells us that those who embrace wisdom will walk in good paths, finding life and flourishing in their uprightness. But he warns that the wicked and unfaithful will ultimately lose their place, cut off from the land. In a way, Solomon contrasts two destinies, one of fulfillment, stability, and peace, and the other of loss and destruction. In summary, Proverbs 2 reveals the treasure of wisdom, showing us that it's both a gift and a responsibility. It teaches us that wisdom is not something we stumble upon, it's something we actively seek and cultivate. Solomon's words remind us of the protection and guidance wisdom offers and of the importance of choosing paths that lead to life. What insights stood out to you in this chapter? Share your thoughts in the comments below, and if you want more wisdom from Proverbs, remember to like, share, and subscribe.